Let's get back to blasting some anti-science kooks. Let's see, who can we do?
That's right, the SpaceX Starship rocket exploded mere minutes after it launched.
That'll do.
It's been described as the world's largest and most powerful rocket, but it failed midair after clearing the launch pad during a test flight this morning.
Yes, Anna, a test flight. Do you understand the concept of a test flight? And by the way, this rocket, of a kind that has never been built before, that's the largest ever built, the size of a 40-story building, made it 25 miles. But she said...
But it failed midair after clearing the launch pad during a test flight this morning.
That's like saying, my car broke down after leaving the garage when it really made it to the other side of Charlotte. Okay, it's true that it broke down after leaving the garage, but you're skipping over stuff.
Now, just to give you a few more details about it, SpaceX's Starship, the most powerful rocket ever built, although, I mean, it exploded, but nonetheless.
Yeah, and one might say that, being the most powerful rocket ever built, you might want to shake it down and make it fail so you can find the problems with it.
And the explosion occurred about 4 minutes after liftoff, and that's according to SpaceX, which of course is led by Elon Musk, who seems to be on Twitter all day, so that could be part of the problem, I don't know.
Man, you people are still salty about him taking over Twitter. I love it. That's gotta be one of the best things he's ever done. That and completely ruining the meaning of the blue check mark. Really, saving us all from the smug elites bragging about their stupid blue check marks is probably a lot more beneficial than going into space.
But for some reason, reporters over at CBS really felt the need to spin this as a massive victory for Elon Musk.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm not kidding.
See, like Thunderfoot, these people are just proving they have no clue what a test is supposed to be. You don't want a test to work out perfectly the first time. You want it to fail so you can figure out why, so you can fix it so that it doesn't happen when you have an actual payload or even people on board.
So the rich and the powerful must always be fluffed on corporate media.
Dude, it is incredible. Look, I am not discounting this is not an easy thing to accomplish, right? So I'm not trying to minimize that, but can CBS relax for a second?
Yeah, look here.
You know what, this was a successful failure.
The successful failure lines. I mean, that's so corporate media.
It is.
Right?
What's interesting about it is they didn't play you the clip of what happened immediately after it exploded.
Everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
Why are they applauding? If it's such a dismal failure, why all the applause?
You know what else was the largest of its kind? The Titanic. And if they were around back then, mainstream media would be like, well, to be fair to the corporation that owns the Titanic, it was a bit of a successful failure. I mean, they got it in the water and it did hit the iceberg. I mean, the iceberg also got damaged.
Yeah, they're keeping their moniker of the Alex Jones of the millennials. The Titanic actually had people on it, Chink, and it went through sea trials, all of which were successful. But none of those sea trials actually involved hitting an iceberg. If it had, they would have learned about things like the misforged steel used to make the rivets and other problems that caused the ship to sink. It happened because the tests were successful. Being successful, they didn't find the problems. So that when it had an actual voyage with actual people on it, a disaster was more likely. Again, the purpose of a test is to make it fail. That way, you can fix the problems.
Okay, so the spin is unbelievable. You know, so these goofballs, the Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, etc., they build these rockets in the shape of penises. I mean, let's be honest, right?
I mean, but
the Bezos one is like, it's the most phallic thing I have ever seen.
Oh, shut up, Chink! Morons like you are the only ones who see penises. Says everything about you. They're built that shape because it's aerodynamic. They don't just build it a funny shape for the hell of it, they're trying to get it into outer fucking space out of a major gravity well with a minimum of fuel. That is why they're shaped that way.
No, I totally get that, but don't they have to be? Isn't it like an aerodynamic thing?
No, they have to be phallic. I get it,
Yeah.
right? But the Bezos one has a head. I mean, anyways.
Just the tip?
No, it has the tip, but it has the shaft as well.
Hey, Chunky, when you can show me your degree in rocket science and aerodynamics and orbital mechanics, then I'll be willing to listen to your critique of the shape of other people's rockets. Until then, you'll continue to be the world's most immature example of the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's far from the only rocket to be shaped like that. Look at the Lockheed Martin Atlas V, for example, which sent the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter to the moon and sent the New Horizons probe out of the solar system. Same kind of tip. It's about balancing out the need to get the payload into space with making the mass as small as possible. The center of balance needs to be ahead of both the center of pressure and the geometric center. A good way of doing that is to make a fatter tip with a more slender body. It makes it a lot easier to balance and maneuver. I'm really glad Cenk isn't actually in charge of anything. He tried, you know. Ran for Congress in 2020. Dismal failure. Don't think he wants to go making fun of other people when they fail, especially rocket scientists.
Anyways, but then corporate media comes along and they're like, look at that big, beautiful rocket.
It's so powerful.
Oh, you know what? It blew up, but that's good. You know, those things are supposed to blow at some point. That's a successful failure right there.
Oh my God, 3 minutes into a 15-minute video. Do I really want to sit through any more of this?
Look, now the essence of this story. Look, guys, we've been told our whole life this what I call great man myth, right? And there are these great men and they are the leaders of industry and they are the leaders of our government and they are so smart and successful and amazing, right? Even their failures are successful.
Yes, because this failure was a test that was designed so they could learn something from it. As opposed to, actual failures, like when you showed you have no idea how car emissions tests work, or when you screeched about GDP figures without understanding the concept of seasonal adjustment, or when you fearmongered about the pesticide glyphosate without understanding the first thing about how it works. Or when you said the way to determine scientific fact was a lawsuit? Or when you claimed that soap suds were radioactive snow from Fukushima? Or maybe, when you named yourself after people who committed genocide? The difference is, Musk and SpaceX are going to learn from this failure. It was specifically designed for exactly that purpose, But you people never seem to be able to do that. So thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe, leave a comment, and go to donate.bogosity.tv to keep me doing what I do. And check out all the great content here, like this video selected just for you.